here is the apex of the lungs. Here is the what? Apex of the lungs. Then in humans, it finds its way towards the root of the what? Neck. It finds its way towards the root of the neck, closer to the clavicle, in what we call the middle third of the clavicle. Welcome to Sir Majesty Easy World Science Channel. This video contains the anatomy and physiology of the mammalian lungs as the respiratory organs. See how the lungs moves during breathing. Today we'll take a look at the respiratory system of mammals. We will be using the lungs of cow for demonstration. So with this, we will know that our respiratory system is made up of two lungs, then the trachea, which divides into two to give us the bronchus. And the bronchus divides further to give you the bronchioles, which supplies the left and right lungs. And the lungs is found in the thoracic cavity. It's found in the thoracic cavity lying above the diaphragm. Am I communicating? Yes. So lying between the two lungs is the heart. And the space between the two lungs, or the area between the two lungs, is what we call mediastinum. Medial what? Stinum. Now, we will consider aspects of the lungs, but we have to infilate it before. First will be the apex of the lungs, the base of the lungs, then the costal surface, and then the medial surface. These four aspects is very necessary because it will enable us to know the actual position of the lungs. These lungs are actually in deflated form, not infilated. And the lung we are seeing here acts as a living balloon. A living what? Balloon. Which means it can do what? Expand and contract. As you are breathing, breathe in, breathe out, the lungs undergoes inflation and what? Inflates means it expands. And when it deflates, it means air is pumped what? Out. So during breathing in, it becomes inflated. As air goes out, it becomes deflated. So today we have this that will inflate the what? Lungs. So as you can see, the air is moving in and is becoming inflated. Picture, lift it. Okay. So take it the other way around. So we can see this is the posterior part of the lungs. That's the back. And over the other way around, here is the anterior. That's the front. So we can see the left and the right lungs. This is the right lung, and this is the left lung. This notch here in the left lung is called the what?
So everybody, if you are watching this video right now, go and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And if you're a subscriber, please stay subscribed for more updates you get from Sir Majesty Easy World Science Channel. Thank you. Bye.
The cardiac notch. Here is the cardiac notch where this heart lies. Then we can see the anatomical difference or the structural difference between the right lungs and the left lung. But the heart protrudes to the left lung, and the left lung is smaller than the right lung. Why? Because of the space occupied by the heart. There is a notch where the heart fits in. Then taking a look at the lobes, the lungs have lobes. This right lung have 3 lobes. Look at it here. Look at number 1 lobe, which is called the inferior lobe. Here is called the middle what? Lobe. And here is called the what? Superior lobe. As you can see, superior, middle, and inferior. Inferior means the lobe below. Middle, the lobe in the center. Then superior means the lobe above. So the word superior doesn't mean a quality product, like in the market you say it's superior. No. In anatomy, it means above. Am I communicating? Yes. Then inferior means below. Then coming to the left lung, we have only but 2 lobes. You should note these differences. The right lungs have 3 lobes. The left have what? 2 lobes. Look at it. This is lobe number 1, called the what? Superior lobe. And here is what? Inferior. So in the left lung, we don't have the middle what? Lobe. Now, which is equivalent to the number of the, divisions of the bronchus that supplies each of the lung. Here she's holding the trachea. The trachea is made up of the supporting tissue in the trachea is actually the cartilage. So the trachea is supported by the cartilage. Cartilage is the major supporting tissue. Then when we come here, it divides into 2, branching into the left and right what? Lung. So this one that have 3 lobes, the bronchus divides into 3 to form 3 bronchioles, each supplying the 3 lobes. 1 for the inferior, 1 for the middle, and 1 for the what? Superior. Then when we come to this one, we have only for inferior and for what? Superior. That means over here we can't see clearly. Can you get the camera close, please? Over here we have the branches of this trachea. When it enters into this lung, it divides into 2. That's it for the left and the right lung, for you to know the anatomical difference. As you can see, it has become deflated a bit. So to take it back, we pump in more what? Air. No problem. So coming to the 4 parts that we need to know, it's clearer now. Here is the apex of the lungs. Here is the what? Apex of the lungs. Then in humans, it finds its way towards the root of the what? Neck. It finds its way towards the root of the neck, closer to the clavicle, in what we call the middle third of the clavicle. So the apex of the lungs is towards this particular part. Then when we go down, we have what we call the base. This base, here is the base, showing the shape of the diaphragm. The base is concave in shape and it lies on top of what? It's on top of the what? Thoracic surface of the what? Diaphragm. Understood? Yes. Lies on the thoracic surface of the diaphragm and it is concave in shape. So here is the apex. Here is the base for both left and right, showing the dome-shaped nature of the diaphragm. Then when we come here, here is the costal what? Costal surface. So that's the surface that is attached to the what? Ribs. The costal surface is convex in nature. Then coming to the medial surface, that's the surface that faces the mediastinum. I told us earlier that the space or the area between the 2 lungs is called the what? Mediastinum. So the the surface of the lungs, that's from here, even the cardiac notch. The cardiac notch for the, that's this one, the cardiac notch for the left lung is part of the medial what? Surface. So the 4 major things I've just explained now are what and what? The what? The apex. Now, take it easy. Which one lies on the diaphragm? The base. Then which one finds its way to the roots of the apex? And which one touches your costal region? The costal surface. Please, your costal region is this. This is your rib. So when we say costal surface, that's the convex surface. And finally, the medial surface. Then which organs are found in the mediastinum? What do you say mediastinum is?
The distance between the 2
lungs. What and what are found there from what you are seeing? The heart. Thank you. Then the heart, does it protrude towards the left lung or towards the right?
Towards the left lung.
And this indentation that accepts the heart is called the what? Cardiac is for what? Left lung. Cleared? Coming to the medial surface, there is a remarkable structure that is there. We call it the hilum. We call it the what? Hilum, which forms the roots. The hilum is part of the medial surface of the lungs, where the pulmonary artery, bronchus, and the veins enter and leaves the lung. So we have it on both sides of the lung. In human being, the hilum is near or is exactly at T5. That is thoracic vertebra number 5. That's where you see the hilum. The hilum is made up of what and what? The pulmonary artery, the bronchus, and the pulmonary vein. So the artery now, as we can see here, we have part of the cardiovascular system, that is the heart, and we have this lung for respiration. So the work of the lung is for breathing, right? That is for gaseous exchange. Therefore, this is in such a manner that the blood from the heart comes to the lungs, and from the lungs back again to the heart in our normal double circulation. So at the hilum, come closer. At the hilum, you see the branches that gets into each lung. Here we have the branch of the pulmonary artery going in. Then when it goes inside the lungs, there will be gaseous what? Exchange. So gaseous exchange takes place in the alveoli. So the alveoli have the largest surface area, and it is one cell thick. The walls of the alveoli is one cell thick, and the capillary surrounding it is also one cell thick. So this enables efficient gaseous what? Exchange, which means the blood in the capillary have some things to give to the alveoli. Then the alveoli have something to give to the what? Blood in the capillary. What will the alveoli give? The A containing oxygen. White blood gives what? The CO2 gotten from what? The breakdown of glucose in the cell. And that is what we call gaseous what? Exchange. The process of oxygen diffusing in and carbon dioxide diffusing out takes place where? In the alveoli. Meaning oxygen diffusing into the blood and carbon dioxide diffusing into the lungs to come out again. The blood goes back again to this heart, this time around through the pulmonary vein, but goes to the left what? To the left auricle of the heart. That's where oxygenated blood returns from the lungs. Deoxygenated blood moves from the right side of the heart, specifically the right ventricle, to the what? Lungs. But while coming back, it comes back to the what? Left auricle. That is oxygenated blood comes back to the left auricle of the heart. We'll still open the heart to see the detail, or for some of you that are watching, you can still watch the cardiac anatomy to see the details of the heart chambers. Okay. That's the air moving out.